Everything is awesome, everything is cool when you're in Batman's team. Lego Batman, I've finally seen it. It was 90% worth the wait. So I'm kickstarting today's quadrilogy of cinema release reviews with the Lego Batman movie, and yes, it was thoroughly worth the wait. The only problem with this film is that the Lego movie itself had really raised the bar with the expectations for this, and the Lego movie is unbeatable. It is fantastic. The Lego Batman movie kind of comes close, but it's definitely not as good as the Lego movie. I guess the only other issue with this is that a lot of the humour is aimed at Batman fans. So if you're not a fan of Batman, if you're maybe just trying to get into Batman, I don't think it's exactly the right place to begin. You know, it may seem logical, I'll ease myself into Batman with a bit of humour, then go to the heavier things, but I think a lot of the humour would be lost if you haven't seen previous Batmans. Although I have to say there was one moment, I won't spoil it, where they used actual footage from a previous Batman film, incarnation, and I could have died laughing. It was very, very unexpected. I do think it was great. The gathering of the villains was what I loved most about this, and having all of these different villains. I love villains in films made out of Lego, and then seeing them all gathering together. Oh, that's the team I want to be in. It's just so fun. Definitely recommend the Lego movie, but just don't think it's going to be as good as the actual Lego movie. Unfortunately, one that was not worth the wait was Rings. I was very, very excited for this film, and then when the reviews started coming in and everybody was saying don't waste your time, I was like, I will still waste my time and see it because I really think it's going to be great. I was very disappointed. The thing about this film is that if it was on its own, if I'd never seen The Ring or The Ring 2 or Rango, the original, maybe it would have been a little bit scary and quite interesting and at some point unique in a concept, but the problem with this film is that it adds nothing to the franchise. There's not enough Samara in it, there's no real story development, and the only thing about this that really separates it from any previous film, apart from the lack of story, it is the fact that it's now in the 21st century and we have digital files, so it's kind of like a virus that's spreading rapidly, and obviously millions of people are going to potentially see this video, and then obviously millions of people will get the phone call, and 7 days later basically you can wipe out the entire universe, well, all of Earth, because of this one viral video. And obviously there's a 21st century scary element there, but apart from that, kind of pointless. Sing, on the other hand, was an incredible film. A lot of people have praised Sing to the hilt, and I completely understand why. Sing is about this town that comprises animated animals, and they're having a singing competition a la X Factor, and all of these different characters go along and sing and try and win the prize money, and we get a lot. I mean, the soundtrack is phenomenal. There are so many pop hits that are so relatable and understandable, and you know, it's Lady Gaga, Carly Rae Jepsen, Katy Perry. The soundtrack, I don't know how much money they spent getting the rights for all of those songs, but it is incredible. Very well cast, and the story was very fun, and I think it's a really good family film. I think it's very hard these days to find a film that will appeal to both adults and children, but I think Sing had nailed it. And the last one is Fist Fight. And the reason I loved Fist Fight is because it genuinely made me laugh. I don't know if I'm just a cynic and think that life is just not very fun, but I find that most comedy films nowadays really struggle to make me laugh. And same with comedy TV shows, the only things I really laugh at are panel shows, because they're very real. But with stories, I don't laugh that much. Fist Fight, I thought the dialogue was brilliant and the comedic timing is great. If you don't know what it's about these two teachers, one of whom challenges the other to a fight after school, which obviously is something that happens a lot with pupils, but with teachers not so much. And I mean, the concept itself is very entertaining. It's quite unique for a film that I've seen before, and just the dialogue was so great. And for me, I think it was the comedic timing and the reactions and the responses. It's just very well acted, and definitely a lovely, nice, entertaining, genuinely funny film. What am I looking forward to that's coming out soon? Beauty and the Beast is coming out soon, probably will be out by the time this video is up. And lots of other things that don't spring to mind. Kong Skull Island is out now. I really want to see A Cure for Wellness. Ocean's 8, even though that's still not out until next year. But yeah, let me know if you've seen any of these films and also what you're looking forward to in terms of upcoming films, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye!